Well, good Monday morning, goodness gracious. Man, I am tired. That would make sense because it's really early, and also, yesterday I was thinking about after I got done editing the video and whatnot, and I uploaded it, and I was thinking, I'm like, man, I don't like the idea of putting the learning video or the tutorial video under everything else, and it's a great idea, to put the button and then have it go to a page where you can learn on how to do that. That's a good idea. But putting the video at the bottom, not a good idea. And so I'm like, well, let me think some more. And of course, with websites, you always want to make it better and redesign it. And so, really, for the last couple hours, I've been sitting here working on my website. Just trying to make it better so I don't have to put the tutorial videos at the bottom, like I explained. So I'm gonna keep working here on the computer, and I'll give you guys an update once I make the website better, so I'll share with you. All right, well, good Wednesday afternoon. Sometimes I get, just a couple of days to really work on the website, and that's all I want to do. However, that makes for a really boring video. So I've added a couple of small functionality feature items to the website on Monday and on Tuesday, and then today what happened is the owner-operator that broke down last week, he did get a truck from Enterprise, and so I'm gonna go pick it up, and then we're just gonna meet up in Arkansas because his load was going to Montana. From Colorado he went to Montana, and now from Montana he got a load to Arkansas. So now I'm gonna go to Indiana, meet up with him in Arkansas, give him his truck, and then take my truck down the road. And then oh, that's right, on Tuesday I met up with the driver Kevin. He had something really come up urgently last minute, so he couldn't start driving, but it worked out because I didn't have a truck for him anyway, so kind of a win-win there. So it's definitely been a couple busy days, but the issue is it makes for a really boring video, so that's why I haven't been really picking up the camera much. But let's get on this flight and land in Indiana tonight, and then we can pick up the truck tomorrow morning. Wow, well, good news, bad news. The flight got delayed, so that sucks. And so then that caused me to leave later. Well, not my flight. My flight got delayed because of the first flight. And when I was booking this flight, let's wind back, I guess. When I was looking at these flights, there's two flights available, right? You can go from DFW to Minneapolis to South Bend, or you can go from DFW to Georgia to South Bend, or to Atlanta, right? And I'm like, well, I know there's a hurricane or tropical storm or something over there in Florida right now. There's definitely no point to go to Atlanta, Georgia. But the problem was that Atlanta, Georgia flight got delayed. The problem that came up because of that, oh my goodness. The problem that came up because is the Atlanta, Georgia flight and my Minneapolis flight are flying from the same gate, okay, from the same one. And so because they got delayed, it messed up our departure time. And so we departed too late. And when I landed in Minneapolis, 45 minutes ago, it was literally 20 minutes after my Minneapolis to South Bend flight left. So now I'm stuck booking a hotel room. And, so I don't give up that easily. So I'm like, baloney, okay? I know I could, where there's a will, there's a way, right? So I'm like, let me get some rental cars, okay? My first thought was, let me get a rental car. Okay, so I go to Enterprise, the Enterprise in Minneapolis, and they're sold out. I'm like, darn it. Then I call them, like, hey, do you have any cars? Can I book a reservation? They're like, yeah, maybe, but you can't do one-way trips. You have to return the cars because of COVID or whatever. So I'm like, oh, great. So not only are they sold out, they also wouldn't even be able to do it. But the guy at the counter, he's like, hey, go right there. That place still has cars. So I asked the guy I'm like, hey, give me a car one way. He's like, okay, $236 one way. I'm like, all right, not bad. So I'm like, I'll take it. He's like, all right, we need your driver's license and a credit card. I'm like, all right, here you go. He's like, wait, is this a credit card? I'm like, no, this is a debit card. He's like, no, it has to be credit card. Apparently Minneapolis airport policy is it has to be a credit card. Dude, I don't even carry a credit card with me. So I'm like, okay, well, can I give you a credit card? Like, can I give you the numbers to type it in? He's like, no, it has to be physically here. So I'm like, whatever, man. This sucks, you know? The only positive news, I guess, is I ended up booking a flight tomorrow from Minneapolis to Chicago at 6:30 a.m. All right, so Thursday morning, bright and early, I'm in Minneapolis getting on my flight. I fly to Chicago because that was the closest flight I could find that could get me to South Bend. There was no Minneapolis to South Bend flight. So I land in Chicago, and I'm like, surely I should be able to find a car or something in Chicago. Nope, nothing. So I looked at trains, nothing got me there quick enough. So I ended up taking an Uber from Chicago all the way to South Bend, Indiana, or Mishawaka, Indiana. That's where the Enterprise is. And that's where I picked up the Ford. From Indiana, I drove, I believe, this way right here, all the way down to the Pilot right here in Arkansas. The owner-operator, he was loaded. He had to deliver his load in Cabot, Arkansas, and then he met me at the Pilot Flying J truck stop. So here's the Ford, and here's the Ram, actually. So Elmer's finally here. We just did a test drive on it.
I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty. I'm not even gonna lie, dude. That was pretty intense right there.
Let's just say I think we got another one of them Dodge fans that switch it to a Ford. But anyways, update. As you can see, the new version. Oh goodness gracious! Right here. So this is the old decal version. Condensed it, made it smaller. New decal version with the redesigned, updated colors. And then we got the gooseneck ball plate that I picked up over there at Dually Depot. Already put grease on it. Obviously, you know, all the Enterprises come with the fire extinguishers already mounted. It comes with the annual inspection in the door. So his Ford is basically ready to go. Right now, we're just gonna switch it all over from one, you know, he's gonna connect to the trailer. He has the load right here. He had another load up front, but you know what's funny is the single wheel versus the dually. His load up front had his drives to 9,100 pounds, and on a single wheel, he would have to push that load back, which would almost make it that he doesn't have enough room for that other load. So this is the benefit, or no, this is the benefit of a dually, or the cons of a single wheel truck, right? So anyways, we're gonna get to work switching everything over, and then I can finally go home.
All right, well, good Saturday morning. I am working on the website as I normally am right here. I'm working on a bunch of redesigns on it to make it easier to I'm trying to, every time I start talking about the website, I try to explain it so that you guys understand, but also not to get too technical because then it gets a little boring. Basically, the limitation I have with Softer is entering data into the Airtable database, and I'm redesigning how that data entry happens. Oh, there you go, that's good. But we're waiting for Dylan to get here because there's so many trucks in there. Look at this, look at all these trucks. Oh, here's Dylan now. Okay, so yeah, I left the door open on my truck. Oopsie. But anyway, so we got this truck. Then we got back here. So then we got this truck. This is, what's the truck? 1721. I believe that's Henry's truck. Then we got this one, 1421. This is Manny's truck. You can see, look. I don't know. I don't think those are actual helicopter blades because that might be too expensive. I think this is just an empty load with just the crates. So, but these are delivering right here somewhere, not too far. Here's a quick update. Dropped off both trucks at the Enterprise. Service on this loaded trailer, done. This trailer has everything it needs, and what I include with each trailer is 2 buckets of bungees. I gotta go pick up a tarp on Monday, and in here, oh, it's heavy. Okay, in here, let's go, there we go. In here, 4 chains, 4 binders, triangles, bottle jack, the tool to use the bottle jack, the breaker bar with the correct socket, and an extension with the socket for the truck. So if you have a blowout on your truck or your trailer, it will work on, like, you'll be able to repair on the side of the road, really, because that's a common issue, is just a blowout. And so then a knife and a screwdriver, just in case, a tape measure, and a tire pressure checker. That's what I include with every toolbox. So 4 chains, 4 binders, and all that other good stuff. So generally that's the Tow Piglet standard issue stuff. Standard issue. It's funny. 2 tarps, 2 buckets, and that toolbox, and 20 straps right here in the front. So, is there straps in this trailer? Oh, there is. Look, see how nice. This is the new trailer that I picked up that had the warranty work from the previous video. You know what I mean? And my truck was out last week rescuing these owner operators and whatnot. So finally, we should be able to marry the two. But I think I might be doing a pivot with
this trailer. Just because Enterprise does not have any trucks right now. They're giving me lease returns and stuff like that. So I might be doing a pivot. I might be leasing on owner operators, and the lease percentage will include the trailer rental. I think something along those lines. I don't know. I'm still crunching the numbers on it, seeing if that, because a lot of people are reaching out. A lot of you guys are reaching out. Alex, can I lease on? I don't have a trailer. A big shortage of trailers, excuse me. A big shortage of trailers making prices insane, and also simultaneously there isn't any to buy. So, and because these trailers are so darn good with the torsion axles and the good brakes and whatnot, I know I could lease them out for a reasonable percentage because my maintenance costs will also be lower. So I don't know. I'm still crunching the numbers on that, and but we'll see. And the other reason this is happening, Enterprise is great, right? By the way, see I switched the decals. Man, I keep doing the decals crooked, Alex. Come on. So Enterprise is great, and if you're a single truck, single owner operator, it's the most amazing thing you can do. Get an Enterprise. But, and I know I made a really thorough video review of Enterprise, and it's a good video, but I didn't realize that when you have one truck, you don't, the revelation of the day. When you have one truck, it's not the same as when you have 5 Enterprise trucks, right? Go figure. And the economies of scale, I mean, obviously 5 trucks isn't even scale, but it's 5x the problems. Like, you don't see the problems that you'll experience until you actually get there. And the issue right now I'm having with Enterprise is, and not with Enterprise like the location or any of the people there, they've all been terrific and extremely helpful, and I appreciate all of them. But the issue is the maintenance. And it's not necessarily the maintenance that it's hard to do, it's just difficult finding the proper locations that can service dually trucks, that's number one, and always in a timely fashion. That's the issue I'm running into. Like the Firestone right now that I just dropped off the 2 Enterprise trucks, they're like, hey, Alex, it's the weekend and Enterprise isn't approving any orders. So we submitted that we just need an oil change, but it won't get approved till Monday. And so it's like, well, that's not gonna cut it. One of my drivers has a load on Monday, the other driver has to deliver this load on Monday. So it's like, no. I like, if it was my fleet, if these were my trucks, you know, yes, I don't want to buy trucks and I'm not gonna, but if they were mine, I'd be able to do an oil change right now and get them on the road, no problem. And so it's certainly become massively inconvenient with this Enterprise rental, with the maintenance part of it, not the company. The company's great and their program is great, but it's just the rental and how they do the approval process, that has, like, it occasionally comes to a grinding halt when you're trying to operate your hotshot business. So I don't know what the solution is. I'm not sure. Maybe I sprinkle in one of my own trucks, something like that. I'm not sure what to do. It's just gonna be, we'll see how the story unfolds, I guess. In the meantime, we got the service on the first trailer done, like I said, and so now we're gonna do the service on this trailer. And recently, because I'm paying attention more with Dylan and I have eyes on the service, I'm starting to see that servicing your bearings with new grease and new seal every 4 weeks or once a month or so is starting to be a little bit excessive, okay? And what happens is when we take out the grease, it's still nice and pink and red. The bearings, always in good shape. The seals, good shape. We actually just serviced that other trailer, and the brake clips that hold on the magnet, or the clips that hold on the magnet, they were still good. And that's actually never happened. So I'm thinking maybe with some of these trailers, we might increase the service interval to 6 weeks instead of 4. That's the thing me and Dylan were just discussing, because they are really in good shape. They really are. I'm impressed. So that does mean I have good drivers that are safe drivers, and they're not doing any issues. So, but anyways, let's pull around and get this one serviced as well. What's up, man?
How are you?
Good, dude. What you got here, huh?
It's a Mercedes.
It's a what?
Mercedes-Benz signs.
Mercedes-Benz signs.
Yeah.
Man, look at this thing. They made this whole thing, right?
Yep.
Just for the signs. Wow. This stuff probably weighs way more than the sign themselves. All right, well, good Sunday morning. So after hanging out all day with the family, it's time to get to work. probably pulling another all-nighter. So a couple things on the agenda. First and foremost, this fourth driver just pulled up. I got to give him, this is the new driver that I went on the training a couple weeks ago, so he's doing really good. But I have to, oh man, I just forgot my key. First thing I gotta go do is grab my keys to open my shop. But so this is the driver that I went on with the training. He's doing amazing, totally good. Picked it up super fast, so I'm really pumped about that. But a couple things on the agenda. First and foremost, I gotta edit the video. That's kind of boring, but still. But so before we can even get into that, he had a blowout, so we got to replace his wheel and tire. And he has, I just want to go over the truck and trailer, make sure he has all those straps. And because he was starting, I didn't want to give him a tarp, but the tarp situation has, now that he's done good, it's now starting to affect what loads he can take, so I got to give him a tarp too. So basically we're just going to go over his truck and trailer, and then we're going to be editing all night, working on the website all night. But right now, let's go grab the keys and get started. Like 118, something like that. 120 is max, you know. But that's if you're going to be loaded heavy, and we're never loaded that heavy. All right, well, it looks like it's gonna be a super busy Monday because the 2 trucks I dropped off at Firestone yesterday on Saturday, they're not done. So they didn't call me all day today, Sunday, right? So they didn't call me, and that's not good because that means Monday we're gonna have to go pick them up. Monday, the driver's gotta go deliver one load, pick up the other load. So darn it. Remember all those things I was mentioning 2 days ago or something like that about Firestone with problems with maintenance and how they're a little bit inconsistent, slow sometimes? This is what I'm talking about. So after doing the brakes, for some reason, that one brake had a quickly wearing pad or something, so it just wore out much faster than expected. So quickly swapped out one brake assembly and drove around, tested it, should be good to go. That means it's finally done. The week is finally over. I can get to editing, and then Monday we'll pick it up in the next video. All right, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.